Hey guys, Big Mike. All right, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about poker runs. A lot of guys do poker runs, and I do mine a little different. You have to keep in mind the poker run is not about the run or the ride or where you're going and how cool it is and how awesome. It's about helping people raise money. Money is what you're doing. You're raising money. So the way I do poker runs is a little different. A lot of guys will come in here and they're going to do a poker run and, hey, we got 5 of our awesome bars that we like to hang out at. Okay, that maybe will work. Here's the thing. I do my poker runs rain or shine. Rain or shine, we're running the ride. I don't care. But what I do is, for the poker run part, I find businesses that are willing to donate. Now, I don't just go to a bar or a business or wherever I go and say, hey, will you give us $200? You have to build value first. So the way I do a poker run is I'll always do a shirt, and I always tell them, look, you're on the shirt. The other thing I always do is I always do a banner for my stops. I always get a 2x4 banner. I always tell my stops, hey, we're going to put a banner in front of your store that just says thank you for donating. And it's also so the riders know where to stop. That's why we do the banner, but we really do the banner is to give back to the patron. The other thing I'll do is I'll usually do the card on where my ride goes. But on the card, I'll put special thank you to the sponsor. So they're on the card, they're on the banner, they're on the t-shirt, but I also make sure that I do it correctly, and I'm going to have someone at that stop doing the cards, so that way they go inside and they check out the place or wherever it is. Now, normally I charge $200, which that's not a lot of money to bring a lot of people, but it's $200, and everybody thinks, okay, well, I get 5 stops, $200, that's, $1,000. Well, I will go up sometimes to 7 stops and then do best 5 cards. So you don't want to go too far past that. But with 7 stops, I'm at $1,400 off the poker run that I haven't even done yet. So before I even start the event, I'll get 7 stops, $200 a stop, but I'm giving value to the stops because this is business to these people. I mean, everybody wants to give, but let's be honest, it's business. So you got to have value. You just can't be like, hey, we want to make you a stop. I like you. No, it's $200. Now, I've done them before where if I know I'm going to have like a really big ride, like if I'm going to get like 400 or 500 people, sometimes I'll do like $1 a person. I mean, what business won't give you $1 for every person that walks in their door? Hey, I want $1 for every person I bring you. So if I know it's going to be a big ride, I'll do $1. If I know it's a smaller ride, I'll do $200. And even if you do $100 and you get 5 stops, that's $500 in your pot before the ride even happens. And when you do a rain or shine event, you're running it. We don't care. We're running. If 2 people show up and you don't charge for your stops and you don't charge for anything, you made $20. You're in the hole. So you got to build value and you got to build charity before the event starts. So when I do these poker runs, I try to get about $200, but you got to give them something back. And that's where I do the t-shirt, the banner in front of their stores. I'll plug them on all the advertising. I mean, you want to do as much as you got to think of all the things you can do to make that $200 worth it to them, because you are asking for money and you have to give them something. I mean, everybody wants to heart. And I don't mess with a 103CT Niner charity. Nobody's writing this stuff off. So don't think it's all tax write-off. These businesses have tons of tax write-offs. You can't just have 50,000 people come in your store and ask for a tax write-off. It's just, forget the tax write-off. Start thinking value. Hey, you're helping these people, but don't forget, we're here to help you build your business, and that's what this is about. So I do my poker runs real simple. I find my stops that are willing to give me the money, then I make my ride. Meaning, here's my stops that'll give me $200 each. Then I get my maps, I draw the map, then I print my map cards, which I'll do a video about map cards and t-shirts and all that stuff later. But this is just to tell you how I do my poker run. But you can make these poker runs super simple. It's really easy. Find 5 people who'll give you $200 each. Draw a damn map. It ain't that hard. The problem is a lot of guys want to do rides. I like poker runs because I can say, first bike is out at 8 o'clock, last bike out at 10. last bike in at 2. You can control when they come and go by saying, hey, first bike out at 8, last bike out at 10. What you're telling your customer is, hey, if you want to get up early and knock it out, come at 8 o'clock. If you want to come late, come at 10 o'clock. But at last bike in at 2 o'clock, you're telling them everybody's got to be back by 2 o'clock. So that way you don't have your people all dragged all over the place. So it's a great way to do poker runs. It's nothing new. I didn't invent this. I'm just telling you the way I like to do it is charge $200, but this is the part everybody forgets, the value. Giving them the banner, the t-shirt, the advertising, the marketing, going on Facebook and telling everybody all the way up to the event that, hey, go check out this place. They're helping us for our poker run. Go have dinner there. Go patronize them. Just go look at it. You got to build value, but the cool thing is if you get 7, like the last ride I did had 7 stops, that was $1,400 to the charity before we even started. We were $1,400 to the good. So I hope this helped you out, but like I said, a lot of things I'm going to talk about, everybody's done them. I'm just trying to give you some ideas, like ask for the $200, even $100, $50. You know what I mean? $50 a stop. At least you're making money before the ride happens. This is called back pocket money. You're just trying to get a little in your back pocket, so if your ride doesn't do well, or you get a rain day, or it's cold, or there's a million reasons why rides don't work, at least you got a little something to write a check for to the charity. I hate it when people do charity rides and no one showed up and we spent all this money. Some rides you would have been better off just writing a check to them and not doing the ride. So the goal is do your homework ahead of time and get your back pocket money filled up. So when you do write the check for the charity, you can say, hey, we've got a couple $1,000 and we haven't even did the ride yet. So poker runs, charge $200, but give them some value.